Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today on Senior Fitness with Meredith. So today's beginner seated dumbbell workout will be modified. So if you are in a chair with arms, whether it be an armchair, a wheelchair, or maybe you have limited range of motion, I'm going to show everything either from lap level or going out at diagonals rather than sides, things like that. So what you will need, of course, staying in that comfortable, sturdy chair that you're in, have some dumbbells close by. We will start with a warm-up, some cardio to get the heart rate up. We'll then pick up our dumbbells to do our lower body, our upper body, core, and stretch at the end. So go ahead, get your dumbbells, grab your water, and have it nice and close by. I'll meet you right back here for our beginner seated dumbbell workout. Welcome back. We are ready to get started. So just starting with a little bit of cardio to warm up our body. So let's start nice and tall in our chair. If you have the ability, try and scooch a little bit forward so you're not putting all of your weight into the back of the chair. I want you to try and keep the core engaged as much as possible, keeping length in the spine, relaxing those shoulders down. So let's start with a nice march, just marching those knees up, swinging those arms a little bit. Breathing. Again, abdominals are pulled in tight. Legs are going to stay marching. Inhale, bring those arms up in front. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, big deep inhale. And exhale. We're going to alternate extending leg and arm to the front. So right, left, right, left. Get that range of motion. Press, press. Three, two. One more each side. Let's march it out. Stay nice and lifted. Going to press at a diagonal to the side with a small open with that lower body. So trying to get into those hips and gluteals, outer thighs, inner thigh, and groin a little more. So we press out, we tap side. Three more. Two. One more each side, come back to that march. Deep inhales and exhales, just still warming up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Good job. Grabbing our dumbbells now. We're starting with our lower body. So they're going to go onto those thighs. So carefully picking up your dumbbells, placing them onto your thighs, nice and lifted. So remember, having them kind of midway if you are choosing to use them for lower body. So they're not right on top of the knee joint. We don't want them all the way back at our hip because we're not going to feel anything if they're on our hip flexor as much. Too much pressure on our knee joint if they're too far in front. Right in the middle is where we want them. Nice and tall. Abdominals pulled in tight, just marching those legs slow and controlled. Right foot comes up, left foot comes up. Exhale, exhale. I'm trying to keep that core engaged as much as possible. And stay as lifted as you can in your chair without putting all of your weight onto the back of your chair. 3 more. 3, 2. One more on each side. And then release it down. Make sure you're nice and tall. Find that good posture form. Alternate extending the leg out, keeping that weight right where it is, slow and controlled. Extend that right, release it down, extend your left, release. That slight pause at top, you're engaging that quadricep. It's holding that leg up as you extend it, and then gently release it down. Remember, always going to your range of motion. You may not be able to extend that leg all the way out. Go to where your range of motion allows so we can engage that quadricep. Maybe that's just lifting the foot up off the ground. That's perfectly fine as well. Always doing what feels best for your body and gets those muscles engaged. We have one more on each side. And then release it down. Again, finding that good posture form, keeping those weights right where they are. Alternate opening to the side. So again, depending on what type of chair you're in, where those arms are at, going to your range of motion. So it's a small open, pull back center. Small open, pull back center. Think hip, outer thigh, gluteal as you open out to the side. That's what you want to work, pressing leg side. When you pull back to center, inner thigh, groin. Exhale, inhale. So upper body stays facing towards me. You're not twisting to the side as that leg goes to the side. Lower body working only. Or moving only. Entire body's always working, right? 3 more each side. 3, 2, 2, 1 more each side. Right, center, left, back, center. Feet are about shoulder distance apart. Those weights are right where they're at. Put a little bit of added pressure onto it as we peel those heels up off the ground. Release down. Heels up, release. So thinking about our calf muscles, lower part of the leg, we're strengthening that into our ankles, getting range of motion and strength into our feet. So trying to go onto the ball of the foot. Now, a lot of times our shoes don't allow for good range of motion. They're very stiff-soled. So as much as you can, going onto the ball of the foot so you can get that flexion of your foot to engage that calf muscle. Squeeze, release. Exhale, inhale. 2 more. 2. Last one, staying nice and tall. Just walk those feet slightly out. Similar range of motion, but this time I want you to focus on pulling your toes up off the ground. So again, we're working on strengthening of our feet, of our ankles, and now front of the lower part of the leg, our shin. So pulling those toes up. Pull those toes up. Again, range of motion different for everyone, especially if you are in a wheelchair without mobility. That lower body doesn't get a lot of chance to move as if you're able to still move lower body. So really working on these throughout the day, keeping up that range of motion in those ankle joints, stretching, strengthening. 3 more. 2. Last one, release. Right side's gonna do 2 movements. So we're gonna lengthen that leg out nice and long with a slight bend in the knee joint. One weight on the thigh. You have the option, since right side is working all by itself, to add the other weight on top for more of a challenge. That's up to you. You don't even have to use weights if you choose not to. Core tight, nice and tall. We're leading from the center of that thigh to lift that heel up, release it down. So we're not leading from the foot. We're not leading from our knee joint. That quadricep engages. The rest of the leg just follows behind. That's what I want you to feel like. You should never feel anything from that knee, because that means you're pulling from that part of the body. 3 more. 3, 2. Last one, release it down. We have that extension of the leg. Again, depending on where your chair is at, I just want you to bring that foot up, bending at the knee, tap it back, lengthen back out. Bring in, tap, lengthen. 3, 2. Last one, feet go next to each other, separating those weights or bringing both over 2. That left side, same thing, lengthening the leg out, slight bend in the knee joint. Just the left side working, focusing on right in the center of that thigh. That imaginary string lifts that heel up, releases it gently back down. Again, not the foot, not the knee. Abdominals working, primary quadricep muscle, big leg muscle, secondaries, abdominals, and that hip flexor. 3 more. 3, 2, last one, release. We have that extension. We're going to lift that foot up, bending at the knee, try and tap it back. Lengthen, bend, tap back. Three. Last one. And feet go next to each other. Separate those weights. Great time. Take a little bit of a break. Shake everything out. Finished lower body. We're going to upper body now. So grab water if you'd like. We're going to start with back pulls. So both weights going to go down by your side, chest slightly forward. Focusing on your upper back. Bring those weights towards your body. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Release them back out. Bring up, squeeze, release out. Exhale, inhale. Chest is forward, so you have that bigger range of motion to get into your upper back. Three more. 2 more. Last one. And we'll sit up nice and tall in our chair. Core tight, lengthen our spine, palms facing up. Those weights are on our lap, our elbows are glued into the side of our body. We're focusing on biceps, so the front of the arm. So we're bringing those weights towards our shoulder. We exhale, we gently release them back down. Curl them up, release them down. Exhale, inhale. Three more. 2. Last one. And release. With those elbows staying glued to the side of the body, small range of motion movement for our rotator cuffs. So we're just opening those weights out, pulling them back to center. Open them out. Pull them back to center. Stay nice and lifted. Focus on deep inside of our shoulders, working those rotator cuffs. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And releasing down. Little shake out, alternating our side raises. But our side raises aren't coming straight out to our side. We're going at a slight diagonal. We'll do right side, then left side. Keeping that bend in the elbow joints, focusing on top of the shoulder to lead the way. All right, let's go. Exhale, no higher than shoulder level. Exhale, exhale. Three more on each side. 3, 3, 2, 1 more, right, left. And release. We're going to release one of our weights down to the ground, or if you have something next to you, you can place that on top of. Do so. One weight can go out of the way. We don't need it anymore. One weight in your right hand. We're focusing on the back of our arm, our tricep. I'm going to show you two ways that you can do this. If you have ability range of motion, chest goes forward, elbow lifts high, and we're kicking it back. If you have the range of motion. If that's not available because of the arm of the chair might be a little bit higher, you're bringing your elbow out to the side, you're extending out, bringing it back in. This way you'll feel your shoulder a little bit more, but it still does a great job at working the back of your arm, your tricep. All right, so whichever way feels the best for you and where your range of motion is at, I'm gonna kind of go through both as we're going through it. So I'm gonna start with my chest going forward, elbow nice and high, that kick back, come back in. Exhale, inhale. Focusing on the back of the arm. We're not swinging no matter which variation you're doing. Focus on the back of the arm. 3 more. 2. Last one, and switching sides. Same thing, depending on your range of motion, wherever you're at on this side. Chest goes forward if you're doing the first variation, otherwise you're sitting up nice and tall. Elbow nice and high. Relax the shoulder down. We're not working shoulders, working back of the arm. That kick back and in, or extend out. Sticking with the one that feels best for you. Focus on the back of your arm, your tricep. We have 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Good job. Release that weight down for a second. Little shake out. Still staying nice and tall, still using 1 dumbbell. Arms are lengthened out in front of us. Slight bend in our elbow joints. Focusing on front of the shoulder where it meets into the pectoral, the chest. So that's what we're working next. So nice and lifted. We're just going to bring it right in front of us, no higher than our gaze. So exhale, we bring it straight up, gently release it. Smaller muscle group, you'll start to feel almost immediately. Breathe with it. Exhale on your exertion. Inhale, release. Three more. 2. Last one, and release, shake it out. We're gonna lean back in our chair. 1 more upper body movement, then we go into our abdominal work. But leaning back in our chair, bringing our weight right at chest level, focusing primarily on the pectorals, the chest. So we're pressing that straight in front of us. So as we lean back, abdominals are tight, length stays in the spine. Press it straight in front of us, bring it back, straight out and back. Breathe with it, exhale. As you extend out, let's do 3 more. 2. Last one, and release for a second. We're going into our abdominal work next. So those feet can be out in front of us. We have that weight nice and close to us, right in the center of the belly. Those abdominals are gonna lift you to make you sit up nice and tall. Gently release back. And release. Exhale. Inhale. Remember, we're not pulling from lower body. We're not using momentum. We're making the abdominals do all of the work. Feel that imaginary string lead you up. Let's do that 3 more times. 2 more. Last one, we'll stay up nice and tall. We'll walk our feet a little bit closer in. Still having the weight in front of us. We're gonna alternate lifting our knees up as we twist to that side. So when the right knee comes up, twist to your right, come to center. Left knee comes up straight in front of you, body twist to left, come center. All right, let's go. Exhale, inhale. Lower abdominals, obliques, lower back working here. Range of motion in the spine. Three more on each side. 3, 3, 2, one more each side. Right, center, left. We come back to center, that weight nice and close to the body. One more movement, focusing on our lower back. That is part of the core. Very important. Keep length in the spine. As your chest goes forward, you inhale. Exhale, that imaginary string is pulling you up from your lower back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Up nice and tall. You can release that other dumbbell because you are all done with those. Little shake out of the body, staying nice and tall. Let's get a couple of nice stretches in. So let's just twist and open to that right side. Deep inhales, deep exhales. And twist and open to the left. Come back to center. Keep your hands on your lap. Round and arch your spine. I want you to feel your shoulder blades opening on your upper back, each individual vertebrae. So I'm allowing, finally, that curvature, almost overextend that curvature in your back. And then think just the opposite. Hands stay on the lap, but now bringing that gaze slightly up. Opening through the shoulders and chest. Breathe into that openness through the front body. And then come back to neutral spine, nice and tall. Lengthen out through your right leg, slight bend in the knee, hinge at your hips, release the body forward and breathe. All the way down the back of the leg through the gluteals into your lower back. If you are in a wheelchair and you are either confined to it, so you're there permanently, or you stay in it for majority of the time, this is a great stretch to do throughout the day because you will start to feel those gluteals and lower back becoming irritated. Do this front bend stretch. Roll it up nice and tall. That right foot comes up. Again, if you have mobility and range of motion in the lower part of the body, get those ankles moving and reverse it. And release other side, lengthening out, slight bend in the knee joint, hinge it forward. Breathe into that stretch. And we'll roll it up. Once you're sitting tall, lifting that foot up, circling around. Again, that mobility, stretching, strengthening of the ankles and the feet. Reverse it. And release, bringing foot down, opening just slightly. I want you to allow your chest to go forward. Your hands can stay on those thighs. Feel the nice stretch through your gluteals, hips, lower back, inner thighs, outer thighs. Roll it back up. Bring those feet a little bit closer together. Hands stay on your lap. You're nice and tall. Shrug those shoulders up towards the ears. Release down 2 more times. 1 more. Circling around to the front, feeling that range of motion. Your shoulders open through the upper back. Reverse that. Bring those circles to the back. Opening through the front body. 1 more time. Release your shoulder blades down your spine. Keep them there. Turn your head. Look over your right shoulder. And through center, looking over left. Head comes back to center. Let your right ear release to your right shoulder. Body stays nice and tall, not leaning to the side. And other side, left ear releases towards the left shoulder. Shoulders relaxed and down, not coming up towards the ear. Head comes back up center, chin releases down towards the chest, not leaning forward. Now bring your gaze up towards the sky, gently releasing the head back. No added force or pressure. Head comes back center, 3 deep inhales and exhales. Inhale, bring that length up. Exhale, release it. 2 more times, big deep inhale. 1 more time, big deep inhale, length up. Exhale, release it all out. Wonderful job completing your beginner level seated dumbbell workout. I'm so proud of you, and I look forward to our next time together.